Hello, Primero. Well, let's continue working on present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Okay, what I need you to do now is go back to the workbook on page 62, and we're going to be working on exercises 4 and 5. The first exercise is complete the text with the correct present perfect simple or continuous forms of the verbs in brackets and for and since. Okay, let me see if we can work on the first one so you know what to do. Okay, so see, we have been following. So what is so important to know is that how do you present the sentence using the present perfect simple? Don't ever forget that you need to use have and the verb to be been, which is on the third line. Remember, is, are, was, were, been, and the verb with the ing form. Okay, that's on exercise 1. Then exercise 2, actually exercise 5, you need to write questions using the present perfect simple or continuous and then answer them. Okay, so in this case, don't forget that you need to write at the beginning how long, because it's a who word. Okay, then you need to use the present perfect simple. Remember, this is a question, so you need to know what goes first. Then all the verbs and of course the complement. Okay, now let's see if you go back to the student's book. Let me review this with you again. When do we use the present perfect continuous? Okay, you use it to talk about things that we have recently finished doing when we aren't focusing or on achieving something. For example, what have you been doing? We have been revising for our exam to show that an activity that started in the past is still continuing. They had been playing football all morning. Okay, with how long, for, and since to ask and talk about the length of time of an activity that is still happening. For example, how long have you been learning English? My grandfather has been living with us for 10 years. Okay, so present perfect continuous. It's called present because it's in the present. Perfect because we need to use have, okay? And continuous because we are using the verb with ing form. Okay, now the next activity that we're going to do is to do the reading that is going to be on page 60. It's going to be on page 60 again in your workbook. Okay, let's see. Now, this is the reading. On the reading, remember you have to read, it has to make sense, and after that, you need to put the events in order, okay? So you have to read the whole thing, and then you need to know what happened first, then second. On the second exercise is to read the text again and answer the questions. Then you need to read about verbs plus ing form, and with all these verbs, you're going to be using them on exercise 4. Okay? And on exercise 5, you need to write the answers to the questions. But I don't think you're going to be able to do this right now because it's going to be too much for you. So just concentrate on 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And then you have plenty of work to do for next week. Okay, you guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.